present you compelling documentaries about pimps, hoes, players, johns, tricks, marks, mark-ass tricks, trick-ass marks, skeezers, skanks, skig-skags, and scollywops. Now, America's most incredible network gives you another side of the story as we go into the world of the haters. America Undercover presents The Player Haters Ball.
Hey everybody, this is Coach Rico of Tampa Bay Tiger Sharks coming to you with the Week 5 picks. It's like the Thursday night game just started. Sorry I was a little late. Had to put the kids to bed. Get some dinner in us. Gonna go ahead and just jump right into it. Looking at our games. We're going to start with the Tiananmen Square Tanks versus the Columbia Dumpster Fire. This has actually already kicked off. Looks like it's 4 points to nothing right now in favor of the Dumpster Fire. And it's probably going to stay in favor of the Dumpster Fires. Tanks are only expected to get 96 points. You know, they came into a tough situation. Taking over Joe's team, you know, he didn't have any talent. He didn't have any picks, so it's going to be tough sledding for the Square Tanks. But, you know, appreciate them sticking it out and, you know, taking their lumps as a first-year team. Dumpster Fire just going to win big on that one. Shouldn't really sweat it. Next up, we're going to go to the, Midlands Mothmen versus the LA Finesse. Preston versus E-Man. We got a 3-1 team versus a 1-3 team. It's projected that the Mothmen are going to win, and I think I'm going to go with sleeper on that. You know, a 30-point swing is tough to overcome, especially since E-Man just lost Tyreek Hill last week to that gross-ass leg injury. And James Conner's dead too. So, I mean, he's running out of talent as well. Plus, he's got Josh Jacobs on bye this week. You know, it's the first week of byes, so that's going to affect a lot of things. You know, everybody's plug-and-play studs for the first 4 weeks. You know, we're going to have to start adjusting on some things like that. But Preston's got Gibbs and Jigba, 2 studs. Jaden Daniels can go off, especially against the Chargers. I don't think their defense is that great. E-Man, on the other hand, is still rolling out Mahomes and Kelsey. You know, hey, Kelsey's fiance's album comes out this week, so maybe he'll get a little bump off of that, but who knows? I don't think it's going to be enough. I think it's going to be a win for the Mothmen. Then next up, we're going to do we'll call this, let's do this one. French Quarter Quailmen versus the Long Island Rune Dogs. 2-2 versus 1-3. Who thought Mandy would be 1-3? That's crazy. She lost like 3 games total last year. But, you know, I guess everybody falters. You know, you can't be good forever unless you're constantly getting traded first-round picks and picking up new young talent. But this one's going to be, Justin Herbert versus Jalen Hurts. It's a good QB matchup. Judkins and Barkley, that's a nice one. Judkins going against Minnesota and Barkley against Denver. Denver's got a pretty good defense. But I think this is going to be a close one. Let's call this. I think Dan's going to upset. I guess it wouldn't be an upset. Dan's going to beat Mandy. It's going to be a close one. So Dan will be 3-2, and Mandy will be 1-4. Tough start. It might be a fucking bonehead pick. Who knows? Next, we're gonna go over to the Hickory Grove Heaters versus the Cameron Cavaliers. Cavaliers 3-1. Heaters 0-4. So brutal. But doesn't look like the Cameron Cavaliers are going to have Lamar Jackson this week. They're going to roll out Jackson Dart, and we're going to see if, his play last week, when he put up almost 20 points, if he can keep that up or if that was just, a one-time thing because nobody can prep for him. But I'm going to actually – this is going to be an upset of the week. Matt's going to get his first win against his boy Chunks. Teak versus Teak. Everybody loves it. Hickory Grove Heaters get the win. Then the game of the week is going to be the Vietnam Voyagers versus the Charleston Trolls. 3-1 versus 4-0. Whew. Two high-scoring teams, man. They're both averaging at least 137, which is crazy. It's tough to compete against, with everybody else in the league. If Puka has a good night tonight, I think the Voyagers might squeak one out. Let's look at Graydon's matchups. Prescott versus the Jets. He should carve them up. So this will be a close one, but I think the Voyagers pull out a win here. Give the Trolls their first loss of the season. And just wrap it all up. Tiger Sharks versus the Cartel. Somehow I'm 3-1. I could easily be, fucking 1-3, but hey, I'll take it. Going down to Miami against the 0-4 Cartel. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win big. There's really no, why second guess it? Sam's teams. It's got some talent, but he just lost Neighbors, which is big. He should probably trade him away. I'd take him. So let's recap it. Tiger Sharks get the dub. Voyagers win in the game of the week. Hickory Grove Heaters beat the Cavaliers in the upset of the week. Quailmen beat the Rune Dogs. Mothmen beat the Finesse. And the Dumpster Fire beat the Square Tanks. All right. Next week, Chunks, you're up.